Well, can't say that I'm surprised. Can't say that I'm surprised at all. Yep, not surprised at all. But hey, we're here to talk about it and vent about it as usual. So, Carolina Panthers dropped to 3-8 after another loss on the road to the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens increased to 7-3. Carolina Panthers are now 0-5 on the road this season. We have yet to win a game on the road. Uh, this ended up being another case of offense flat out didn't show up. Defense played their hearts out. They did all that they could. Even got an interception. The big man, Bravion Roy. But that's pretty much it. That was really the only bright spot for Carolina was the interception. TMJ got some loving, but honestly, the offense today was abysmal. The run got shut down, and just, not really a lot of throwing the ball downfield. Baker Mayfield struggled again. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that the score ended up being 13-3 and not worse. I really thought it was going to be worse. So that I'm kind of surprised with. I really felt like it should have been worse. It should have been worse. But I mean, Baker Mayfield, 21 of 33, 196 yards, sacked 4 times, threw 2 picks. Deonta Foreman, 11 carries, 24 yards. Baker Mayfield, 2 carries, 12 yards. Chuba Hubbard, 4 carries, 0 yards. Run game got shut down, but we were playing a defense that was in the top 5 and rushing defense. So can we really be surprised? Can we really be surprised? Well, Terrace Marshall Jr. almost had 100 yards receiving, 3 catches, 76 yards. Shi Smith, 4 catches, 26 yards. Chuba Hubbard, 2 catches, 25 yards. DJ Moore, 3 catches, 24 yards. Ian Thomas, 3 catches, 24 yards. Raheem Blackshear, 2 catches, 14 yards. Laviska Shenault, 4 catches, 7 yards. Dang, we barely had over 200 yards of total offense this game. And of course, three turnovers. We had the 2 interceptions and the fumble from Shi Smith. Surprisingly, C.J. Henderson was the leading tackler. Had 10 tackles. 10 of them were solo. All 10 of his tackles were solo, including a tackle for loss. Jeremy Chin had 7 solo tackles. Luvu, 6 solo tackles. But like I said, for the most part, defense did their thing today. But with the offense not being able to get any drives but just a field goal, it's not good. It's not good. Our offense is trash. You know, folks want to say put in Sam Darnold, put in Sam Darnold. Fact of the matter is we don't have that guy at quarterback. So it's really not going to be much of a difference between PJ Walker, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. Let's just let's just keep it real, y'all. It's not going to be that much of a difference. So, I mean, we just have to accept that. We have to accept that. Johnny Hecker punted 6 times this game. But like I said, defense defense did what they could. Like I said, Bravion Roy had the really nice interception at the line, but we couldn't even turn that into points. And the crazy thing is, we Carolina scored first. That's the really crazy thing about it. So just or actually, correction. No, I'm sorry. The Ravens did score first. I'm sorry. The Ravens did get the first field goal, and then we came back and got a field goal. But our offense just could not get anything going. The run was shut down. Baker Mayfield struggled through 2 picks. Both the Falcons and the Saints won today. So honestly, it's yeah. Don't really see much more happening with a now 3-8 record. I don't see it. And then a lot of folks that say Steve Wilkes is probably going to get hired. Y'all might want to pause that. Y'all might want to pause that because he hasn't done enough to earn it. He hasn't done enough to earn it, y'all. And I'm just keeping it real. He hasn't done enough to earn it. Um, Lamar Jackson, 24-33, 209 yards. He did throw a pick, so didn't really get a whole lot of passing yards, but Robinson cooked us with the 9 catches, 128 yards. He cooked us. Andrews 6 catches, 63 yards. Those are pretty much the two main Baltimore receivers this game. Kenyon Drake had 10 carries, 46 yards. Lamar Jackson ran 11 carries, 31 yards. Justice Hill 7 carries, 30 yards. So they had some success with the run game to a degree. And we did sack Lamar Jackson 3 times. So, I mean, that was pretty nice. Brian Burns had a really nice sack. Joe Velasco, Bryce Young 2023. It's possible. It's possible. I mean, we definitely do need a quarterback. But if anything, we need a whole new offense. Like Ben McAdoo, he's got to go. Like um AFM, welcome to the stream. We're just a quarterback and possibly an offensive coordinator away from greatness. Henderson is suspect at cornerback. I agree with you on Henderson. The first part, I have to disagree. I don't think we're just a quarterback and an OC away. I think our offense needs a revamp. Our the only thing that really stands out about our offense is the O line. The O line. But I don't think we're just a offensive coordinator and a quarterback away. I think there has to be more. Tight end play is a little questionable. Um, and even wide receivers, I mean, it's starting to be kind of up and down on wide receiver play. I mean, lately it's just mainly been DJ Moore. Terrace Marshall Jr. has shined, is starting to shine more, but Shi Smith has disappeared. I mean, Laviska Shenault, I mean, he's done a little bit of something, something, but there's no consistency. There's no consistency. So I'm very stoked. I'm stoked about our O line. I am stoked about our O line, but I still think we have a lot of pieces to fix on offense, as well as defense. There's still some areas on defense we gotta face as well and fix. Grand Swing the third, what's up? Jeff R. We can talk about the draft now. Yeah, I mean we could have talked about the draft before, but yeah. And with the Saints and the Falcons winning today, it just makes it even more tough for Carolina. It makes it even more tough. But here's a big thing that really bothered me. A big thing that really bothered me. We had 10 penalties today. Or excuse me, 9 penalties today. 9 penalties today. 0 of 1 in the red zone. Third down efficiency. We were 3 of 12. 3 of 12. Ugh. Ugh. 3 of 12. That's not going to cut it. That is not going to cut it. Wow. Mr. Gemini, welcome to the stream. We can't score more than 3 points with Baker. I mean, that is true, especially today. But in all honesty, we have to really examine this season. We haven't been great on offense, y'all. We got to keep it real. We haven't really been great on offense. As compared to the defense, we haven't really been great on offense. And we just can't win on the road. And as much as I hate to say this, we might not even win a game on the road this season. We might not even win a game on the road this season. I'm not convinced that we can win on the road. So hope nobody's traveling to any of these Panthers road games because you might end up being disappointed. I'm just saying. I mean, I would say go to the home games if you want, but I wouldn't suggest going to a Panthers road game because I don't see us winning a game on the road this season. I hate to say it. Um, and like I said, I know a lot of folks were pulling for them to pull Baker out and put in Sam Darnold. It wouldn't have made much of a difference. It wouldn't have made much of a difference. And on the real, it wouldn't have made much of a difference. I mean, when it's so bad that all the defense has to do is just play prevent, like literally play prevent on third and long because we don't ever throw the ball downfield much, that says something. And it affects our play calling. The play calling once again, bad. So I mean, Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all the defense had to do is just play prevent on the third and longs and whatnot. We ain't converting that. It's just sad that the one player that costed us the first Falcons game got our only points of the game. Mm. Yow. The main person that costed us the first Falcons game this season scores our only points of the game. Wow. Wow. I can't make this stuff up. Can't make this stuff up. Oh man. And then, seeing some of the other podcasts and stuff, so many folks saying Lamar Jackson's not a true quarterback. Okay. Well, we just got beat by that supposed non-true quarterback. And the Ravens are 7-3 now. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Apparently Lamar Jackson's not a true quarterback, but he was only, you know, a former MVP and former passing touchdowns, passing, passing touchdowns leader, and it's definitely a better quarterback than we've had in the last couple of seasons, that's for sure. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I missed something. Ugh, shame. But for now, this I don't believe this changes the spot on the draft position. I think we're still the third spot for those that were looking into things, because the Texans lost as well. The Texans lost as well. But yeah, it's just, whew, it's bad, y'all. It's really bad. But I don't know what are y'all's overall thoughts of the game? Anything stick out to you? Let me see. Ugh. Oh, oh. I have to throw this out here. I have to mention this. Maybe because I'm a little bit bitter, but I have to mention this. So DJ Moore can get flagged for taking his helmet off outside of uh outside of the end zone, but Lamar Jackson can't get flagged after a play for punting the ball in frustration. I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. Uh, Burns being a non-factor again. Well, Burns did have a sack. Burns did have a sack. I wouldn't say he was a non-factor. He did have a sack and two tackles for loss. I'm not gonna say he was a non-factor, Mr. Gemini. I'm gonna have to disagree with that. He had a sack and two tackles for loss. They called a delay a game. I mean, yeah, I got that part, but still, even after the play was dead, he punt the ball in frustration. Like, how is that not an unsportsmanlike conduct? But yeah, DJ Moore can take his helmet off outside of the end zone, and that gets called after the play, and that gets called. Like, I don't get that. I really don't get that. I don't get that. Yeah, that. Whoo, man. Oh, and will you look at that? Cordell Patterson sets NFL record with ninth career kickoff return touchdown. And it was a 103 yarder. Wow. Wow. Uh yeah, I don't get that. I really don't get that. And the two interceptions from Baker Mayfield were just bad. I mean, the second one was just flat out unfortunate. The first one, he clearly threw to the wrong person because the dude behind Shy Smith was easily going to be able to undercut. And then Jason Pierre-Paul with the second interception. That was just unfortunate. The defense did okay. It's just the offense, SMH. I mean, being that the offense did nothing this game compared to the defense and holding the Ravens to, 13 points, I mean, I felt like the defense was really the side that shined in this game compared to the offense. That's for sure. Because the Carolina offense was abysmal. Also, I don't know if Deontay Foreman got banged up or whatnot, but he wasn't in those last couple of drives of the game. So I don't know if he's all right or not, but he got banged up some. Uh, well, it was good to see Jeremy Chin back though. That was good, but y'all, yeah. And like I said, to all the rumors going around about Steve Wilkes being offered full time position, I don't think so. I don't think he's done anywhere close to enough to deserve a full time head coaching spot with us. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not enough has been shown for him to have that shot yet. I just got to keep it real. But you know, shout out to Terrace Marshall Jr. Terrace Marshall Jr. He almost had 100 yards receiving. He's starting to shine more and more. I don't even know if we're ever going to see any Rashard Higgins for the rest of the season. I don't even know if that's going to happen. And that's starting to look like a bust of a pickup. Short passes, screen, screen, screen. Like, it's like we're afraid to take shots downfield. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Man, I feel like we're legit afraid to take shots downfield. Ugh. Especially now in a passing league, because this is pretty much a passing league now. But it's crazy. It's crazy. But oh man. And then let me see who do we have next week? We got the Broncos next week. Oh man. And the funny thing is, I'm not even so sure that that will even be a win. Oh man. But like I said, it's hard to win games when your turnover count is high. I mean, we had 3 turnovers. But I would say if anybody were to get a game ball or did anything positive, I'd have to say on offense it was Terrace Marshall Jr. On defense, Bravion Roy. Bravion Roy got the incredible interception. We just couldn't get any points off of it. Sad. It's really sad. But like I said, main thing is the score wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like, you know, the Ravens scoring a ton more points than just 13. So that's why I give kudos to the defense for hanging in there, especially when the offense couldn't do jack. But yeah, this was so bad. And then the Saints and the Falcons won today. Whew, man. Let me see what these standings look like. Yep, still at the bottom. Saints 4-7, Atlanta 5-6, Tampa Bay 5-5. Yeah, boring game. Yeah, yeah, I feel you on that. Oh yeah, the Raiders and Broncos are playing right now. The Raiders and Broncos are playing right now. But Here's a question for y'all. Do y'all think we won't win a single away game this season? Do y'all think we will or won't win an away game this season? We're 0-5 right now on the road. What are y'all's thoughts on that? Uh, the season is over now. I mean, not officially, but it might as well be. It might as well be. Joe Valesco says, yes, we will win an away game. Which one? Which away game? Oh, you said, oh, we won't. Oh, we won't win an away game. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not convinced that we will either. I'm not convinced that we will either. I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. But I could be wrong. As a matter of fact, our remaining away games are Seahawks, Bucks, and Saints. Those are our three remaining away games. Seahawks, Bucks, Saints. Whew. Uh, Mr. Gemini says, not with Baker, no. Shoo, I don't think we're gonna do it with anybody that we have. Baker, PJ, or Sam. We just don't have that guy at quarterback, which is why we'll be drafting a quarterback. But no, we don't have that guy at quarterback. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, even if we were to throw Sam Darnold in there, it's not going to make much of a difference. It's really not going to make much of a difference. Because I mean, Sam was just as bad. I mean, Sam ain't a good quarterback either. You know, let's keep that in mind. He's not a good quarterback either. Joe Valesco says the Saints bring back some old uniforms. Oh, they were rocking the old uniforms today. Oh, but I mean, just we're having such a hard time on offense. I mean, I'm starting to see the defense, get some turnovers here and there, but y'all, we're having such a hard time on the offense now. I mean, Deontay Foreman got shut down. You know, I definitely don't see DJ Moore getting 1,000 yards this season. I think his streak is about to end. As sad as I hate to see that happen, DJ Moore's 1,000 yard receiving streak is about to end. It's about to end. Had 9 penalties today. Iquanu had another false start, but I still think he'll get that cleaned up. I do believe he'll get that cleaned up. It's just something's got to work on, but I think he'll get that cleaned up. I really do. But like I said, come time for the off season, we got an O line, so I don't see us tweaking much on the O line. At least I don't think we'll need to tweak a whole lot on the O line. Um, Mr. Gemini says we need to do a lot this offseason. Facts, facts, facts. Um, I'd say I say Deonta Foreman has done well enough that we could give him an extension. I think he definitely deserves an extension. Um, we might want to take a look at running back. So I mean, um, might even want to look at tight end and wide receiver to be honest. I mean, not trying to look down on our wide receiving core or anything like that, but you know, we might want to tweak it. We might want to tweak it. We just might want to tweak it. Hey, Vietnam, welcome. Hey, Blitz, do you see what a run first offense does in today's NFL? It causes fans to find something else to do on Sundays. Well, here's the thing, Vietnam. The run got shut down, but also remember the Ravens have the number 3 overall rushing defense in the league. So they have the number 3 rushing defense. So I mean, just something to keep in mind. Just something to keep in mind. If anything, we should have thrown the ball downfield more, but you know how the play calling was, digs and dunks and screen, screen, screen. So that's the only thing. But they shut our run down. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, they shut our run down, and they really put us in the position where they forced Baker Mayfield to beat them, and y'all saw what happened. Mr. Gemini says we need a quarterback, middle linebacker, another edge rusher, a cornerback, a tight end, another wide receiver. Yeah, that sounds about right. We need a high flying, balanced offense capable of scoring 30 points, 30, 30 plus. Yeah, the Ravens have a really good rush defense. Um, if anything, Vietnam, because I mean, scoring, 30 plus consistently is difficult. But I think we really just need a consistent offense on both sides, passing and rushing. That's really what we need. We just need a more consistent offense, not only in the execution but in the play calling. Because we really haven't had a credible offense this year. We should have been able to attack downfield. I don't know why the coaches won't let our quarterback win the game. Well, here's the thing. Do we have a quarterback capable of winning the game? That's another thing we got to think about. Do we have a quarterback capable of winning the game? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Uh, do you agree? Do you think Wilkes deserves an extension? I haven't seen it yet. No, no. Honestly, we won't know until until the end of the season. I have to see what the final record looks like. Have to see what the final record looks like. But I'm leaning more towards no. I'm leaning more towards a no. Um, I agree. Consistent play calling, rushing. and passing. We are last on third down, especially third down conversions. Yes, that is correct. PJ could win the game. Well, to be fair, this season PJ has won 2, Baker has won 1. So, not too much of a difference there. PJ just won one more game than Baker when you think about it. Cuz I mean, we only have 3 wins. We only have 3 wins. So, Baker isn't it, but I would like to see Sam next. Uh, there's a chance. I think there's still a chance that we may see Sam Darnold before the end of the season, but I don't think he's going to make that much of a difference. I really don't. I really don't. Because to be fair, Baker at one point has at least had some sort of success, being that, he has a playoff win under his belt. Sam Darnold really hasn't had that in his career so far. Not that that's that big of a gap, because neither quarterback are elite. But nah, I think they need to wait till the final record. And in all honesty, I still say do some interviews. Don't just hand it to Steve Wilkes. Do some interviews. I think you got to look at record, but I think you still got to do due diligence. Do some interviews. I don't think you just hand it to Steve Wilkes. Do some interviews. I hope they do some interviews. Um, Way too conservative. Yeah, we do. We're especially on offense. That's for sure. PJ looks smoother throwing the ball, and he lines up under center. I mean, but here's the thing, though, Fad Nam. I'll say this: when PJ plays well, it definitely shows. It definitely shows. And the 2 wins that we got where he was the starter, PJ played well. He played well. But those aren't the only games that PJ has played. And PJ has stunk it up just as badly as Baker. And then, it's not a whole lot to say about Baker because he only has 1 win under his belt this season. So can't really say a lot of positive about Baker either. He only has 1 win. So with some of the successes that PJ Walker has had, he's also had a lot of fails. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. And it sucks. It sucks because I mean, I want everybody on our team to succeed. Doesn't matter who it is. But, when they're not getting it done consistently, that's going to stand out. David Tepper can't use his emotions. David Tepper, ugh, that dude is weird. Van Dam says, I would interview the best offensive minded OC who wants to come here and build a winner. And that's the tricky part, Fayette Nam. Who actually wants to come here? Now, like I said, Eric Bieniemy would be nice. Ben Johnson would be nice. But would they want to come here? Would they actually take up an interview to become the head coach here? That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. But so Steve Wilkes is now 2-4 since becoming the interim head coach. 2-4. So not sure how his record will be, but It's not looking too good. Mr. Gemini says no to Eric Bieniemy, so no Eric Bieniemy for him. Although that's a name that's passed around quite a lot for the last couple of seasons. So we'll have to see, if he even gets a shot or even lands anywhere at head coach. But who knows? He could be in position this year coaching for another Super Bowl, depending on how the Chiefs do, how the Chiefs finish strong. So, I mean, but one thing's for sure, I could definitely see us looking for a new offensive coordinator. Um, Mr. Gemini says I want an offensive coach. Wait, would he not qualify as an offensive coach? He's an offensive coordinator. He's an offensive coordinator though. Like, how is he not an offensive coach? He's an offensive coordinator. I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah, and you have to also remember Eric Bieniemy was a running back as well. He was also a running back. I remember using Eric Bieniemy in NFL Game Day the few times I used the Bengals. Hey, Mactown Tony, what's going on? What's going on? Other than this terrible loss, even though this wasn't as big of a loss as far as score that I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to get annihilated in you know, by like 20 or more points. But yeah. I do agree with the idea of an offensive minded head coach for sure next season. But as Mr. Gemini said earlier, we got a lot to fix on offense and defense. Quarterback, middle linebacker, edge rusher, cornerback, tight end, wide receiver. Yeah, we got a lot to fix. Yeah, he was also if I remember correctly, he was also offensive coordinator at the University of Colorado for a season or two. Eric Bieniemy, if I remember correctly. So he has some experience in the NFL and in college at offensive coordinator. Oh, Mactown Tony went to the game. Oh, okay. I'm out here in Bmore and I went to the game and I seen a stagnated offense. Baker was a statue out there. I'd rather have PJ. Yeah, Baker Baker Mayfield definitely. Ugh. I think probably Baker Mayfield's best two plays was the throw to TMJ and the scramble to get the first down. I think those are probably his best two plays of the entire game. But to be fair, Mactown Tony, I mean, PJ only has one more win than Baker, especially this season. So I would say that PJ is more exciting to watch. PJ's more exciting to watch because the dude has a gunslinger arm, as of course we saw in the first Falcons game. But I would say PJ is more entertaining to watch for sure, for definite sure. Um, and Baker is slow. Well, he did scramble for one first down. I give him the one scramble for first down. I'll give him that. But that's all I'm gonna give him. That's all I'm gonna give him. But yeah, just Mac. Ooh, interesting. Mactown Tony says we would have won if PJ was playing. Well, here's the thing, Mactown Tony. So you know how they stopped the run. We have to also remember, while I do agree that the Ravens were a little more vulnerable on the pass, especially ranking wise, because they're ranked 28th on passing defense, but they're ranked 5th and 6th on third down efficiency and takeaways, which, they did get 3 takeaways today. But I think one thing that definitely hurt was, they stopped us on the run, and the Ravens have the number 3 rushing defense. So I think that, plus the fact that they forced Baker to beat them, I think really hurt us. He held the ball too long. Agreed. He definitely he did a lot of hesitations. He definitely did a lot of hesitating. Um, it was a bummer he got sacked 4 times, but yeah, he did do a lot of hesitations. Um, but I think a big thing though, I really think the play calling was very suspect. I don't know what Ben McAdoo was on, but I still think the play calling was very suspect as well. So I don't I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think we would have won if PJ was the starter? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Ravens are a tough team. Ravens are a tough team. I think it's possible, but they're a tough team. They're a really tough team. I mean, they're 7-3 now for a reason. But I'm just really disappointed, just being that the defense played their hearts out. Like I said, shout out to Bravion Roy on that incredible interception, but couldn't capitalize. We didn't get any points. Also, oh, I got a vent about this. I got a vent about this. How the heck was the sandwiching of Johnny Hecker on that punt? He got hit by 2 different Ravens players, and they only call a running into the kicker instead of roughing the kicker. What kind of mess was that? What kind of mess was that? Johnny Hecker got hit at the same time by 2 Ravens during his punt, and they only called running into the kicker while his foot was in the air. How the heck is that only running into the kicker and not roughing the kicker? Especially considering he got hit at the same time by 2 Ravens players. What was that? What was that? Like, I had to get that out of the way because there is no reason why that shouldn't have been roughing the kicker. How do you think Shaq played today? I thought he played all right. I felt like he was, definitely more aggressive. I felt that he did all right, but Shaq is another one that's been kind of inconsistent overall. But Shaq had 6 tackles, 2 solo, 1 tackle for loss. I mean, could have been better. Luvu did better, but I mean, Shaq was all right. I thought Shaq was all right. Mr. Gemini said, "Yeah, that was roughing. If it was the other way around, it would have been roughing. Yeah, it should have been roughing the kicker. Like Hecker got hit by 2 Ravens players at the same time. Like I don't know how the ref botched that call. Like they had such a long discussion. What was the long discussion for? He got hit by 2 Ravens players while his foot was in the air. Like, how is that not roughing the kicker? I mean, one player I can kind of see, some discussion, but the fact that he got hit by 2? He got hit by 2. Oh man. That one that missed opportunity that bothered the mess out of me. That bothered the mess out of me. Derek Brown. Didn't hear Derek Brown's name today. Derek Brown only had he had 1 tackle for loss. Just 1 tackle for loss. And for the sacks, uh Gross Matos got 1, Brian Burns got 1, and Frankie Luvu got the other. Those were the 3 sacks. So Luvu, YGM, and Brian Burns. But like I said, Brian Burns, I mean, he got 1 sack and 2 tackles for loss. So I mean, Brian Burns is up to 8 sacks now this season. So I mean, he's almost about to hit double digits. So I mean, that says something. Even with this season being a struggle for him, Brian Burns is going to hit double digit sacks. So I mean, we got to at least give him that. He might not get more than 10 sacks, but we have to at least give him his due credit. I mean, Burns has struggled, but he's still 2 away from hitting double digit sacks this season. So that's why I still think we need to keep Brian Burns. I still think we need to keep Brian Burns. Pardon me. But seeing how badly Baker Mayfield does, I mean, what do y'all think? Do y'all think they should, experiment, give Sam Darnold a shot? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they should give Sam Darnold a shot. He would be the one coming in the freshest. That's the only thing I can say. He would be coming in the freshest. I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people want Sam Darnold to get a shot. I don't think it'll make that much of a difference, but I don't know. I still think it's possible that before the end of the season he's going to get a shot. But when will that be? No telling. But wow. But yeah, we got the Broncos next, y'all. We got the Broncos. I mean, it's bad enough where there's not really a whole lot of positives I can say from this game. There's really not many positives this game other than the defense hanging on as best as they could, but just, when the defense is out on the field more and the offense can't finish drives, well, you see the results. This was definitely not Lamar Jackson's best game. So, I mean, I guess that's a positive, but I mean, the score says otherwise. But, um, Bravion Roy got a nice interception. TMJ almost had 100 yards receiving. He'll get there. He'll get there. I think he'll at least have one. But which game will it happen? No idea. Mr. Gemini says we fell apart in the fourth quarter. Yeah, yeah, it was looking pretty rough and just couldn't bounce back. I mean, we had another opportunity and we had no timeouts left, but then Baker threw the pick, got deflected into the hands of Jason Pierre-Paul, and that was it. But yeah, one thing's for sure, I definitely believe that after this season, you know what? Let's open up the discussion. Who do y'all think will be gone at the end of the season? Who do y'all think will be gone? I think for sure Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. I think those two will be gone. To be honest, I think Damian Wilson will probably be gone. Uh, I think probably Pat Elflein might be gone. Cam Irving may probably be gone. Uh, you know what? Call me crazy, but Shaq might even be gone. Uh, mm, I don't think any of our wide receivers will be gone. Oh, Rashard Higgins. He'll probably be gone. Uh, on defense, Littleton probably will be gone. Damian Wilson. Oh, I said Damian Wilson already. Honestly, we may have to revamp the linebacking core as a whole. I think that's a very very possible thing. We may have to revamp the linebacking core, but hopefully this will mean Brandon Smith gets more of a shot. I could see Amari Barno getting some more reps. He got a good decent handful today. uh, C.J. Henderson. I think he's gonna be gone. Um, yeah, those are some example players that I think are going to be gone after this season. Yeah, I think they're going to be gone after this season. Probably going to need to revamp the D line some because I don't know if we're going to keep Ioannidis. So, and then they got to figure out what they want to do with Brian Burns. If they can scramble up a deal to keep Brian Burns, I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna have a very busy off season. We're gonna have a very busy off season. But oh man. But like I said, in all honesty, I wasn't surprised that this ended up being a loss. But like I said, we're 0-5 now on the road. And it says something when the only three victories that we have are against NFC South opponents: Bucks, Falcons, and Saints. Those are literally the only wins that we have. That should tell you something about our division. We can't beat anybody else but teams in our division. Whew, that's crazy. That's crazy. And we've already lost once to the Falcons. But yeah, we legit can't beat anybody except for folks in our division. That's crazy. That is so crazy. And we can't win on the road. Desmond Davis. W. Ugh. Well, are you a Ravens fan? I take it you're a Ravens fan, or am I wrong? But whew, man. And then after this Broncos game, is when we have the bye. We have the bye after the Broncos game next week. So, oh man. And see, the last two NFC South games aren't until, the end of the season. The last two games of the season are against NFC South opponents, Bucks and the Saints. So, uh, looking at this remaining schedule for the Carolina Panthers. We should just forfeit when it's a bye week. LLLJK. Ouch. Dang, Mr. Gemini, that's harsh. That is harsh. Um, Broncos, Seahawks, Steelers, Lions, Bucks, Saints. Those are our 6 remaining games, and we are 3-8. Like I said, I don't even know about the Broncos game. We haven't beaten the Broncos in a long time. I don't even remember the last time we beat the Broncos. It's been a long time. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm curious. Let me look that up. I want to see when the last time Panthers beat the Broncos. Whoa. So the Panthers are 1-6 all time against the Broncos. We've only beaten the Broncos once in Carolina Panthers history, and that was in 2008 at home, 30-10. Wow. We've only beaten the Broncos once. Wow. Wow. That should tell y'all something. That should tell y'all something. We are 1-6 against the Broncos all time. Whew. uh, we actually might go 5-12 again. Probably not even that. Uh, just like how we only beat the Steelers once. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Um, out of these 6 remaining games, yeah, Mr. Gemini, we might be able to pull off 2 wins out of these remaining 6 games. And then all that's really going to mean is once again another 5-win season. Oh man, we're just so used to the number 5 it seems. I think the number 5 must be our number. That's got to be our number. 5. Like Big E. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. That must be our number. That's our number. That is so crazy, y'all. We could end up going 5 wins for a fourth straight season. Can y'all believe that? We could actually end up having a fourth straight 5-win season. That is scary, y'all. That that is so crazy. We could totally end up with a fourth straight 5-win season. That's got to be a record. That's got to be a record. Like that mm, that's got to be a record. That's got to be a record. That that's that. Oof. Ooh, I don't know if I'll be able to stomach that. Dang, we could easily be on the verge of 4 straight 5-win seasons. Uh, that's crazy. Yeah, Mr. Gemini, crazy indeed. But of course, we still got to get 2 wins. We got to get 2 wins. Man, I, I don't know what else to say, y'all. I don't know what else to say to keep it real with y'all. I just, it's crazy. This is crazy. But we will see what happens. Um, I know that this coming week is gonna be kind of crazy because this upcoming week is Thanksgiving. So I'll try my best to get in the preview either Tuesday evening or Wednesday evening. But yeah. But that's pretty much all that I have. That's all that I have. Like I said, to recap, final score, Ravens 13, Panthers 3. Offense was abysmal. We barely was able to squeeze out a field goal. They stopped the run game. Baker threw 2 picks, got sacked 4 times. Our defense really was our only fighting chance. Bravion Roy got the impressive interception. We sacked Lamar Jackson 3 times, so that was that was something. Um, Lamar Jackson didn't even have that great of a game, but defense did what they could, but it wasn't enough. But a lot of the blame goes on the offense. 9 penalties, still very badly penalized. 3 of 12 on third downs, just abysmal on offense. And yeah, Steve Wilkes, since taking over, is now 2-4. We are still 0-5. Haven't won a game on the road yet. I'm not even so sure that we will win another game on the road, or if any. But could we see Sam Darnold start? I don't know. Maybe. But we'll have to see how this week goes. Mr. Gemini says Baker needed to headbutt his helmet after those picks. That was still really crazy that he did that in the Falcons game at the end of the game. That dude is crazy. It's probably why he's struggling so much. It's probably why he's struggling so much doing stupid stuff like that. I mean, just dude is on something. But it's back to the drawing board. But like I said, it's going to make things even more interesting as it gets close to the end of the season. Just looking at what this team is going to have to do because they're going to have another busy offseason. They had a busy offseason putting together this offensive line, but they're going to have a crazy busy offseason this time around. But what has to be done needs to be done. So we'll see how it goes. But I want to thank y'all for joining me tonight. Like I said, that game was hard to watch, but we take another L. We just have to regroup and see what we can do. We return back home to take on the Broncos. Hopefully we can pick up our second win in franchise history against the Broncos. And I don't know, do something. Like do something. But we will see. Other than that, those that are catching this late and whatnot, let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Let me know what y'all thought about the game and just, you know, do you think we even win another game? And no matter what, it's still keep pounding. Some way, somehow, at some point, we're going to get through this. But Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Uh, Desmond Davis, can you read out my chat above on what I was saying? Uh, I only saw you say W. Did you post something else? Because the only other thing I saw you post was W. Like if there was something specific, try reposting your chat message. I'll wait. I'll wait. But but yeah, we got to go back to the drawing board and see what they can do uh in this Broncos game. Which let me see how they're doing currently. Let me actually see what's going on. Oh, the Broncos are up at halftime, 10-7 over the Raiders. Cowboys are beating the crap out of the Vikings, 20-3. Bengals are winning over the Steelers, 17-10. But yeah, Desmond, what were you trying to say? Also, let me check on here. Let me see something. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I see it now. Hold up. Okay. I don't know why it was doing that. Okay, I see it now. I see it now. Okay. Um Says can't believe Steve Wilkes keeps allowing the offensive coordinator to call these conservative plays. If I see another screenplay, I'm gonna lose it. Uh, I'm a Panthers fan, but I'm tired of this conservative offensive play calling. We won't win another game calling 100 screenplays and 100 run plays. They too conservative. Yes, agreed, agreed, agreed. I see it now. Apparently I had to go to YouTube. Um, I'm viewing the chat in Streamlabs, but I had to go to YouTube to see everything populate. But I see it now. I see it now. But yes, Desmond, facts, 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 facts. Um, no, unfortunately, I did message him, Mr. Gemini, but he hasn't responded. Super Trebo says, "Hey, sup, Jason? Looks like we might be getting Bryce Young after all." Um, yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible. Yeah, no problem, Desmond. So sorry about that. I don't know why it didn't show up in my Streamlabs OBS YouTube window. So I'm glad you said something. I'm glad you said something. I had to make sure to go back. So when I opened up the YouTube app, I was able to see it. Thank you so much for letting me know, and I do apologize. I'm glad I caught that. But yes, I agree with everything that you said, Desmond Davis. I agree with it all. But yeah, Bryce Young is very possible. It's very very possible. But yes, yeah, just like what Desmond said. If there's ever a chat that I miss, y'all, definitely try your best to let me know so I can catch it. You know, yeah, definitely let me know so that I can catch it and be sure that I respond. I try my best to respond to every message. So if I happen to miss one, do remind me again. I won't take it as spam. But but yeah, whew, man. But Ben McAdoo, I see him gone anyways at the end of the season. We just can't really put somebody at an interim offensive coordinator position right now. But I think he's going to be gone at the end of the season. But if I had to guess, before I go, if I had to guess, I'm probably thinking that. I mean, we might beat the Broncos. We might beat the Broncos. I could see us possibly beating the Broncos and probably the Steelers, mainly because both of those games are home games. But Seahawks, I don't see us winning that game. Lions are possibly. So we might get 6 wins total. And then the last 2 games are away games. So we might could squeeze away with 2 to possibly 3 wins before the end of the season, but it's probably going to be the home games and not the away games. But we'll see. We will see. Because out of these 6 games, I mean, all of them are pretty questionable. I mean, Broncos could go either way. Seahawks is probably going to be the Seahawks winning. Steelers, Panthers, I mean, with the way both teams have been playing, that could go either way. Lions, Panthers, I mean, that could go either way. And even though we did beat the Bucks first, I mean, we're going to Tampa Bay in the second meetup, so that could be eh. And then same thing with the Saints. And Saints have been bouncing back lately. As a matter of fact, Saints won today. Uh, but Saints are coming off a 2-game losing streak, so they were able to bounce back and win. Super Trebo says Russell Wilson owns us for the most part. I don't see us beating the Broncos. I mean, we have beaten Russell Wilson before, but the thing is, Super Trebo, we're 1-6 against the Broncos. Period. Like against the franchise. The last time we beat the Broncos was in '08 by a score of 30-10. That's the last time we beat the Broncos. So I mean, that's one thing that sticks out, but at the same time, Broncos aren't necessarily doing good this season, so therefore there is a shot. Broncos are 3-6. We're 3-8. So now they might win tonight. They're playing the Raiders right now. They're playing the Raiders, but Broncos aren't a highly credible team currently either. They just have had our number as far as franchise. But as far as Russell Wilson, I mean, we've beaten Russell Wilson before. So if anything, I think it's a game that could go either way. Because I mean, when you think about it, you could say the same thing for the Steelers. We've only beaten the Steelers once, but the Steelers are 3-6 as well. The Steelers have struggled. So, those at least those two games we have a chance. And even the Lions game we have a chance. I mean, when you look at the remaining schedule, the only two teams on here that I see that are for sure threats, for sure, like 100% are threats, are the Seahawks and I guess the Buccaneers, mainly because it'll be an away game. And the Bucks are 5-5. They're at least at 500. So those are really the only two teams right now that I consider legit threats for the rest of our schedule. The other games I believe could really go either way. Super Trebo says, "Do you think Steve Wilkes will end up being fired?" Um, if he does, it won't be until the end of the season. But in all honesty, I don't think he'll be fired, but I don't think he's going to be full-time head coach. I think he'll still uh, end up being our D coordinator because, as a D coordinator, he's still a great defensive coordinator. But looking at the record and how I think this could play out, I don't believe that Steve Wilkes will be hired as the new full-time head coach. I just don't. Right now, he's 2-4 since taking over. So the only chance that I could see him staying on as head coach, he would need to win out the rest of these games. He would have to go on a 6-game win streak, and we finish at 500 at 8-8. So, Mr. Gemini says, "Why is it every time the players get behind the coach, we come out and play bad?" Well, would you rather them get behind Matt Rule? I mean, I think they're showing themselves mainly because they don't want to they didn't want to get behind Matt Rule, which is understandable. Okay, going back through making sure I didn't miss any other chats. Yeah, okay, I didn't miss any other chats. Okay. But yeah, like I don't know. That's just me. But I mean, that's a fair question. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it definitely is a good point that you're making. Get behind the coach and we play bad, but just I think it's still a good combination of bad play calling and execution. Now the defense, I feel like the defense is definitely playing behind the coach. I mean, being that Steve Wilkes is a defensive minded coach, but just nothing is really translating on offense. Just and Ben McAdoo, like I said, Ben McAdoo is inconsistent. Ben McAdoo is inconsistent. It's like one game, we're dialing up plays, throwing downfield, and then they stop the running game, and it just Ben McAdoo's just clueless. But at the same time, the Ravens did what they were supposed to, and that's force Baker Mayfield to beat them. That's essentially all the Ravens defense had to do was force Baker Mayfield to try to beat them, which which is why they ended up picking up the victory. And it was hard to run on them. You know, They're ranked three. They're ranked third on rushing defense. So that definitely showed itself today. So, whew. But yes, like the play calling has to get better. We're definitely too conservative. Because I would say we got to take more risk, but even in playing conservative, we're still, turning the ball over. The Cowboys are beating the mess out of the Vikings right now. Oh, it's 23 to 3 right now. Whoo, yeah. And then another thing I want to point out, I mean, just looking at our season so far with our offense, there's so much inconsistencies even on the amount of points we've put up. 24, 16, 22, 16, 15, 10, 21, 34, 21, 25, 3. I mean, and then you got to look at the games that we lost. Put up 24, 16, 16, 15, 10, 34, 21, 3. Yeah, we have a very inconsistent offense. Very inconsistent. So, uh, but anyways, yeah, we got the season's not officially over, but it's over. It's pretty much over. The season's not officially over, but it's over. It's over. Like it would take a miracle for us to finish at 500 with a record of 8-8. And that I just honestly I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Hey, Kevin, welcome to the stream. Not to jump to next week, but this year we need, and this is a must. We have to beat the Broncos. I hate that team. Yeah, not to mention we're 1-6 all time against the Broncos. So picking up a victory would be key. Um, we have not beat the Broncos since like 2010. We better win next week. 2008. 2008 was actually the last time we beat them. Yeah, 2008. And the bad thing is the first time we ever played the Broncos, we got shut out 34 to zip. So, oh, it's still 20 to 3. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, we're 1-6 all time against the Broncos, Kevin. Super Bowl memories and that 2016 week 1, that was hard. Well, honestly, that game was flat out messed up. The refs were on some stuff because Cam Newton got pounded and destroyed and not a single flag call. Like Cam Newton must have been hit helmet to helmet at least a good 3 to 4 times that game and not a single flag call. So that was just them riding the momentum of the Super Bowl and just a follow up defeat in the following season. But yet you graze Tom Brady 15-yard flag every time. It's ridiculous. We win next week at all costs. Am I right? I hate their organization. I mean, I want to win in general. So yes, I would love to see us win that game. And I think we got a good chance. The Broncos haven't been doing well this season, so we got a chance for sure. I if anything, I hope we can beat them and the Steelers because we suck against the Steelers historically. So maybe that's the two victories we get to get our 5 wins of the season. Maybe the Broncos and Steelers will be our final 2 wins of the season. Would be nice. Would be nice. I might be watching that Steelers game with some friends slash former coworkers that are also Steelers fans. But yeah, Mr. Gemini says, I wonder what Matt Rule is thinking right now. He's probably thinking, heh, I guess it wasn't just me after all. Kevin says Sam and PJ Walker are much better than Baker Mayfield. He looked bad. I mean, that's that might be true, but it's not it's not really saying much. Because I mean, when you think about it, PJ Walker has 2 wins this season. Baker has one. So I mean, yeah, that may be true, but not by much. Not by much. I mean, as I said earlier, um, PJ is more exciting to watch. I do agree with that. I do 1,000,000% agree. PJ is indeed more exciting to watch. He is. And I will say, in the 2 games that he's won, looked great. So I definitely agree. PJ Walker looks more exciting to watch. But isn't that much of a better quarterback? That's the only thing. He's not that great of a quarterback either. Mr. Gemini says I didn't see Wilkes get mad at all during this game. Yeah, he didn't really show any emotion. He had a serious face the whole time, but didn't really show any emotion. I do think Sam Darnold has a shot to play before the end of the season, but I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference, Kevin. I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference because I mean they're both going to be gone at the end of the season. Why can't we get our heads in the game? That is a very, very good question. I don't even know. Like, the big thing for me is I don't even know if we're going to even win a game on the road. We're 0-5 on the road this year. 0-5. We just have good play calling and excitable, complex running routes. I mean, we do need a balanced offense. We need to run a balanced offense. And just unfortunately, mm, if we've seen it, we've only seen it like maybe execute. Gotcha. If it's happened anytime this season, it's only happened like maybe twice this season. So and the real sad thing is Baker Mayfield looked great in the preseason. He looked great in the preseason. It's crazy. But then again, it is preseason. What do they talk about at halftime? Just keep going out there with the same game plan now, no adjustments. Just keep doing what you're doing. And that's another thing that stands out, Mr. Gemini. I don't think we have a good history, not in a couple of years. We don't really have a good history of making adjustments. Not since Cam, before he got hurt. We haven't really done a good job of making adjustments in all seriousness over a number of seasons. Our offense is elite in the running game, but that's because of Deontay Foreman. We need to fix the passing game. Yeah, unfortunately, he got shut down today. It sucked. I mean, we only ran the ball what 17 times. So yeah, that got shut down for once this game. But yes, we desperately need to fix the passing game for sure. I mean, it's making our wide receivers look bad. DJ Moore, he's not even gonna have a 1,000-yard receiving season. That ain't happening. Even with 6 games left, that ain't happening. He's not breaking 1,000 yards. That streak's about to come to an end. Shi Smith has been quiet. Terrace Marshall Jr. He's been rising up little by little. He almost had 100 yards receiving. Um, Laviska Shenault, I mean, I wouldn't know because he's only being used on screens. So, but yeah, I just, but yeah, we need to go back to the drawing board, like, desperately. To be fair, Kevin says, to be fair, Kyle Allen was our best quarterback since Cam. Uh, that's arguable because, I mean, Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, when you look at him stats wise, they're almost even. They're almost even. And even Bridgewater played more games. But I can't say that Kyle Allen. That's too close. That's too close. I don't know. That's arguable because don't forget about Teddy Bridgewater. If you look at their stats are similar. Their stats are similar. But you know what? It's a fair argument. Kyle Allen should definitely be in the discussion. He should be in the discussion. I will say that. I'll give you that. But that's a tough one. That's a tough one to call. Um, yeah, Shy got stripped. He's got to hold on to that. If that didn't happen, it would have been a different game. Yeah, that was a pretty bad strip indeed. Um, let's see. That's true. Teddy Bridgewater passed the ball more. Yeah, but his way of calling audibles was terrible. His way of calling audibles was terrible, though. I mean, saying "kill, kill," I lied, like when he's audibling, like that's just a bad way of calling an audible. Like I lied. That's no, that's bad. That just looks bad. That looks really bad. Our uh the offense moved better in those 4 games. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I would agree. Uh, but I think overall our defense, over the years has been bend but don't break, but they end up breaking because the offense can't carry their weight. So, and that's why I say again, that's why I put an asterisk to last year's defense. Despite being ranked number 2, I put an asterisk next to that. But but yeah, we just I mean, it'll be interesting to see what Steve Wilkes says for this Broncos game coming up, if he's going to roll with Baker Mayfield. PJ Walker, he's still out. So I mean, who knows? They may call Sam Darnold's number. He would be the freshest coming in. How many times did we get past midfield? Like 2 times? Two. Yeah, that actually sounds about right. Because I know we had the one time we had the field goal, but I think the other time was after the Bravion Roy interception. So that might have been the only 2 times. Now that I think about it. Oh wait, no, there was a third time, but then penalties pushed us back out of range. So there was a third time, but penalties pushed us back. So 3 times. 3 times. The first Atlanta game was crazy with 480 total offense, which we have not done since 2015. Yeah, that much is true. Still terrible. Oh, I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. But just, whoo, we got so much to fix. It's not even funny, y'all. We got so much to fix. Ah, but hopefully we can come back. Kevin says Super Bowl next year. Nah, not next year. Nah, nah. If we can get a quarterback and get a couple of more things fixed, maybe 2025, 2025, perhaps. I could see maybe 2025. Maybe back in the playoffs in 2024. The Ravens offense wasn't good either though. I mean, yeah, definitely not Lamar's best game, that's for sure. But and like I said, our defense did good, but the defense was gassed from being on the field for so long that the Ravens were going to eventually punch it in, which that's pretty much what happened. But yeah, the Ravens offense, I mean, they got a couple of things going in the run game. We didn't do an excellent job of containing Lamar Jackson, although we did get 3 sacks on him. He still ran on us a couple of times, but no, definitely not Lamar's best game for sure, for sure. But defense did the best they could. What was the time of possession? Actually, let's take a look. Time of possession. Good question. Let's take a look right quick. Time of possession. Baltimore had 33 minutes 14 seconds. Carolina 26 minutes 46 seconds. Kevin says that's what makes me even more scared is when a good offense fails and we fail even worse. What does that say about our offense? Oh, our offense is abysmal. There's been some bright spots, but our offense is still abysmal. I mean, we're dead last in third down efficiency. I mean, we're in the lower 20s in passing, and we really aren't high, or we're pretty low on points per game too. Yeah, our offense is abysmal. Frankie Louvu might be a Hall of Famer if he was on a better team. Just saying, he's insanely good. I think the thing with Frankie Louvu is he's got more of a shot now. Now that he's no longer mainly a special teams player, like he's in the starting lineup, we're really seeing what Frankie Louvu can do. Sir Gemini says, it seems like if we don't control the time of possession, most likely we're going to lose the game. That's a fair point. That is a fair point. Indeed. That is a fair point. But, whoo, man. But yeah, we up here struggling like crazy. Ugh. Uh, Kevin says, I wanted the '07 Patriots offense or the Broncos 2013 offense. Right? What about the Carolina Panthers 2015 offense? What about that offense? That was a good offense. Dallas is up 30-3 now. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, Vikings are probably losing that game. They're probably going to end up losing that game. Yeah. Shoot. Cam Newton's 35 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Man, that was a crazy year. 35 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Phew. Cam was weirdly good that year. Why? Well, dual threat. But to be fair, both the offense and defense were great. That wasn't one-sided. The offense and defense was great. Got to give credit on both sides. Against the Vikings, impressive. Well, let's not forget the Cowboys. The Cowboys are pretty good this year. The Cowboys are pretty good this year. Yeah, Cowboys are 6-3. What made Cam so special? He put fear into the eyes of the opposing team. Not only that, the morale was very high. The morale was extremely high. Not only that, there were so many no names that made an impact that year. I mean, come on, Philly Brown, Eric Dixon, Ted Ginn. I don't know why they didn't go to DJ. They did to begin with, then they stopped. I don't know either. Whew, man. I don't know either. That's a good question. Our team made other teams forget their name during the game. I was scared watching their hand signals and knowing a big hit was coming. Yeah, which is understandable. Which is understandable. But whoo, man, it's crazy. It's really really crazy. But on that note, gonna have to get going because I gotta get ready to check out Stardom New Japan Pro Wrestling's historic crossover. But once again, a big thank you to everybody that came out tonight to chat up with me and to vent with me. We drop another one. We're 3-8. Hopefully, we can bounce back and everybody can not only enjoy a great Thanksgiving, but enjoy a victory over the Broncos. So, we'll see. We will see. But those that are joining in later, let me know what y'all's thoughts were. Keep pounding no matter what for another Carolina Panthers talk podcast brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. In 2015, I knew exactly what the defense was going to do. Every week, you knew what was going to happen. Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. But I will catch y'all